course, we don't know how COVID-19 will further evolve also in Europe, and it's clear infections are going up again in an important way. But I would say that restrictions so far have been more on the social side, and we haven't seen any real business restrictions, no real hard lockdowns like we used to see in March and April. And therefore also that effect has been limited on our business. And let's be confident that it stays like that the restrictions are more on the social side and less on the business side, which obviously would help our business.
Nico, if I take the UK experience and express it more widely to the rest of the world, the lockdown has been good for crime fighters, but probably bad for lock sellers. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you're directly impacted by the lockdown? Is it the fact that crime just tends to fall and therefore people don't go out and buy locks?
Well, I think we should make a distinction between when we had the real lockdown in March and April. Obviously, when a country like France, for instance, or a country like the UK completely locked down, and all our stores and our channels have to shut, and close, then obviously your business would go from a business level 100 to close to 0 from one day to the next. I think that's very different today, in the sense that in a way we even see better growth, for instance, for digital door locks for residential applications than we used to see prior to COVID-19. And that is because people are now more at home and they also have more time to then retrofit a mechanical lock with a more advanced digital door lock. Also on the project side, of course, all the projects we do today is projects that have been started a year and a half ago. So still long before COVID-19 kicked in. But it's clear that where we are affected in a negative way is in the fact that people go less to the office, and if people go less to the office, then they need less their entrance cards or their credentials on their phone. If companies hire less people, they need less cards and less credentials. Same is true in some specific verticals. We are strong in the hotel business, for instance, which represents 5% of our group revenue. It's clear if people don't go to a hotel, if there's no customers in a hotel, there is no need for customer cards or credentials. And that's then a way how our business is affected in a negative way.
And just to reference the Olympia hardware acquisition, does that represent a continued attempt to just diversify the business from the cycles related to security?
Well, I would say this is still an acquisition close to our core. We are in glass hardware in the Americas division. We have already a strong position in South America. And through this acquisition of Olympia, we can now further build on that momentum.